Yo, yo. Welcome to another edition of Chaz and Friends, where the takes are loud, the debates are real, and the dumbasses, they always get called out. Now, before I bring on my friends, I gotta get something that's been eating at me all week, y'all. WWE is inducting a match, just one match into the Hall of Fame this year. And look, I'm all for honoring the greats, honoring history, but if this becomes another gimmick like the celebrity ring, yeah, I'm out of here. And while WWE is making headlines, let's go on over to TNA. They're out here trying to find themselves again, rebranding, rebooking, firing Scott D'Amore, and now firing Gail Kim, the face of the Knockouts division, a pioneer of women's wrestling. This is not a reinvention. This is an identity crisis. And speaking of identity, there's one debate we still haven't settled. We talked about it last week. Me and Cliff almost started throwing hands through the screen. Who really runs the WWE Women's Division right now? Is it Bianca Belair? Is it Rhea Ripley? Or is it somebody else like a Bayley? Or is it Charlotte Flair? We're about to get all of that. Plus, I got, was it Pushing Barry? And, oh yeah, Damien's Dumbass of the Week. And you already know. Holla at your boy!
The following program is a collection of idiots talking about happenings in the sports entertainment world. It is meant to be comedically informative. The opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their bosses, platform, or whatever network they are on. There may be some out-of-pocket things said on this show, because this is how we talk to each other. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further. Your homies. The 3 Count Podcast. P.S. Please do not sue us.
It's your boy, your nephew, your cousin. It's the Don. Chaz Evans. You're checking out the hottest podcast in the world, the 3 Count Podcast.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man. Now know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row, crowd already know how I fly him to the flow like. Hit him with a 3 count. And your boy real chicken.
Yo, it's your boy. It's your cousin. It's your the hottest wrestler in the DMV. It's the Capital Region's best kept secret and the dawn of the Mid-Atlantic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the host of the 3 Count Podcast Network presents Chaz and Friends. And let me introduce to you my friends. Introducing first, he is the landlord that runs this whole thing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, he is the current and the reigning and defending Infinite Plus Network champion. Right there. You see it? Mm-hmm. Beautiful belt. And he is also your current and reigning and defending HWF Extreme Champion. And right, I know. And last, but certainly not the least, he is the only 2024 Fit Factory Trainer of the Year. He's your favorite dog. He's my favorite dog. He's the dog in our hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Red Dog.
Hey, it is the Air Force Veteran Intel Specialist, the one you call on when you need to get a job done, and your friendly neighborhood Red Dog. What up, what up?
Yo. And let's introduce, he is your residential supervillain. He is the host of the Villains Lounge. He is an instigator. And ladies and gentlemen, he is the Dark Goat. He is Master Xehanort. Listen, he was there for the very first wrestling match, okay? He was the referee. He called it right down the middle. I love how everyone is shaking their head like, no, he didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, Damien Fatal.
Oh, dude, I was definitely paid off by Satan. So this is why we have sin. So uh, evil won that day. Definitely threw salt in God's eye, and I took the roll up, held the tights.
Having him be Mr. Fiji though is actually kind of funny. Like
And
that's
if
low key kind of
anybody
funny.
feels some type of way about it,
That's funny. Oh,
Fuck your feelings.
that's a nice
Yeah.
shirt.
thank you.
That's a nice shirt.
Actually, a lot of people don't come up to me when I'm wearing this sweatshirt.
I
wonder
wouldn't
why.
come up to you if you were wearing that sweatshirt either, and
I
I know
I wonder
you.
why.
I wore it into my child's school to talk to the principal.
Nice.
On that note, last but certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, he is the fourth man of this faction. If this was evolution, this guy is Batista. Okay, he's Batista. I mean, you can't be Rick. Damien's Rick.
Well, yeah, he's 50 this year.
Exactly. Oh,
Really?
January, somebody turns 50.
so I didn't want to say anything, but we're
Right.
gonna do the roast of Damien Fatale for his
I am
50th birthday.
25 years old.
No, you're not.
And we're gonna do it on the Villains Lounge, a special. Oh man, we're gonna bring we're gonna bring Garage Guy back just to do the roast.
I guess somebody tried.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you
I'm trying to
the fourth man of this faction. Like I said, he's the Batista of the group. He's the heavy. Ladies and gentlemen, he's also a very, 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 very much better deathmatch wrestler than John Moxley. Hot take right there for you.
This
Ladies
guy.
and gentlemen, he's the only Graves that matters. Ladies and gentlemen, Twitch Graves.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right. If you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube, hit that follow button on all your favorite social media platforms, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, Rumble, whatever it is, we're on there. 3count pod, 3count pod underscore on Twitter. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on all your favorite audio platforms, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, podcast.com. Wherever you get your podcast groove on, we're there. If you're on Spotify, please leave a review. That definitely helps the pod. Definitely pushes the video up so other people can listen to it. So if you're on Spotify listening to us, please give us a review. Also on Apple Podcasts, give us that 5-star frog splash review right off of the satellite above us right now
The
in
numerous
the
ones.
sky that has the death ray that one of these countries have.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
We hear you.
off the top of that specific satellite.
God damn it! Why do you have to say that? God damn it! I'm happy my brother-in-law hasn't heard you say that.
Oh, I was watching. There was this TV show. Okay. Anyway, look, if you haven't done so, hit that follow button right now. Okay, cool. Buy a shirt. Pro Wrestling Tees for your wear. You know the drill. Also, you know the content schedule. Tuesday, you'll be getting the replay. On Thursday, when Damien is feeling like getting on the airways, you'll have a Villains Lounge. Saturday, Now Entering the Ring. What is coming up on Now Enter the Ring this Saturday?
Yeah, so you guys will get an episode of Now Into Ring. There's always a card subject to change, because we're excited about this episode being episode 420. If I can't get the episode recorded that I'm looking for, then obviously you guys will get another episode instead. But just know there's a possibility of another episode coming out because episode 420 is kind of a massive one that I'm looking forward to. However, on Wednesday, you guys will be getting a special Now Entering 201 with Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
Oh, yeah. You were supposed to tell me, and I know I was supposed to remind you, and I didn't remind you, so it's not your fault. It's my fault. But I still have to yell on the air. You were supposed to remind me. He was supposed to be on the show today.
Yeah,
I
I
wanted
got
to have
you.
like a whole big thing for him because he was legit the first interview,
He was our first
and
interview. We talked about it on the
and
show too.
yeah, and just to see you now and everything, and just you were supposed to. It's okay. Well, I'll hit him up and say, hey,
Well,
what are you
we
doing
can
next
still bring him
Sunday?
back for next week too. We can
I
still
was just
bring,
about to say, yeah,
yeah,
next Sunday.
unless he's working. I mean, because he's a busy dude. Like
He
he
is
does
busy,
work a
and
lot.
if he's not trolling people and calling people out on Twitter or making his funny videos, his actually funny videos, okay, unlike some people in the indies, um, yeah, he is, and besides working and fighting former world champions like Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, down here in Glen Burnie, like like something slight, not nothing too serious, but yeah, we definitely got to get Big Trouble Ben Bishop on the
Facts.
on the debate show. But yeah, check that one out, guys. This Wednesday, 201. Now entering the ring. All right, I want to start off hot.
Oh, me too. So hold on. I'm gonna watch myself today, Red Dog. I don't want no issues. That's a recall. That's a replay from last week. If you guys didn't watch the last episode, Chaz Friends, go watch that one, and then you'll get where this comment comes from. And then Chaz hair got him looking like Franklin from Snowfall after he lost it all.
Oh.
It's because of the headphones. It's because of the headphones. It's the headphones. They're sitting on top, and I got it all flipped back. Anyway, we're starting off hot. We're getting it right into a debate. Who is the face of the WWE Women Division? We got a lot of top tier women in the WWE right now. You can give like a list of who is a top wrestler in the women's division. Last week, me and Cliff got into it. Not like normal per se, but we got into it because we both think that these two women are the face of the women's division, and I wanted to bring it to the debate floor. Rhea Ripley or Bianca Belair, or is it somebody else? Who is leading the WWE as far as the women's division in 2025? I'm telling you right now, it is Bianca Belair. But I'll let you guys go on first, and then I'll give my 2 cents. Go ahead, Damien.
Mm.
By the way, you don't have to say Rhea or Bianca.
I know that.
You
But
can you don't have to do
funny
them.
part
But
about it is, if you think about it, like it kind of is them. Like they're each on supposedly different shows at the beginning of 2025, and they're like kind of like the lead. They're on TV every week.
Yep.
Man, oh no, it's hard. It's hard to choose. Like especially within like the past like month, all the shit that both of them have been doing as like characters and evolving their characters, giving them more humanity and grounded. Uh, ooh, mm, I might have to pick Bianca just for that whole promo that she had with Naomi and like just like all of that, and then the stuff that she's like I said, just I mean, both women have been putting on some top tier shit though, like matches, promos, presents. The fans like both. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pick Bianca just because of that promo with Naomi.
Okay. What you got, Twitch?
Uh, this is really hard because,
Right?
what are you really basing this off of? If you're basing it off of match quality, I kind of want to go with Bianca Belair. If we're going off of longevity and title reigns, Rhea Ripley. If we're going off of who's a workhorse, I throw Bailey in there. It's this is hard. Uh if we're going off of all around everything being packaged into one, give me Bianca Belair. I think her storytelling is there. I think her promos are there. Her ring psychology is phenomenal. Like, give me Bianca Belair. If I had to choose second, it'd probably be Bailey.
Mm. Mm.
Cliff, what do you got? Because you look like you're ready to just let loose.
I'm gonna keep it $1.50. It's Rhea. It's Rhea, hands down. And I know everybody's gonna be like, yeah, and I do agree. Some of your points are definitely are there, right? Like Bianca's, her presence has definitely come through again, right? She's starting to show up, like she has. She has that great promo going on with Naomi. They have this title reigns going, the tag title thing going on for the last good year, and now like we're seeing Bianca kind of starting to flip that switch, right? But I think when it comes down to Rhea, Rhea's been holding it down for a while, like just lockdown, right? And I think her presence in ring, out of ring, I think the way fans respond to her, I just find it that Rhea has kind of been she's kind of at this level right now where she's kind of she's plateaued, but she's plateaued at the top, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like she's because she's been locking down the area for a good year now, right? And it was funny because Chaz and I both talked about this where like Rhea and Bianca were both picked for WWE 2K24, right?
Yeah.
To be the face, right? And well, both women both deserved it, right? I'm not going to put a but statement out there. I just thought that Rhea has had more of a solid year than Bianca has had. So I have to kind of lean towards that, right? I'm thinking that she's at that point. I think when I look at the way that Rhea does her matches and the things that I see going in and just the strength of feats that she does as well as Bianca, right? I just like Rhea's in ring presence a little more. And maybe that's because I don't know, 13-year-old Cliff is all hyped up on like the way that she's dressed up, right? Like that could be it. But at the end of the day, man, just watching Rhea do her work, man, and the way she cuts her promos and like I said, presence in and out of ring, I have to lean towards Rhea more than I would have to towards Bianca.
My,
Now,
my,
I don't believe that she's plateaued because of that promo that she cut that most people probably didn't get a chance to see after she lost the women's world title.
Yeah.
Like that promo, I feel like took her to that next level.
Mm.
That's why it was hard for me. Like I took everybody outside of it and just kind of picked those two because those two have been like really the face of Raw and SmackDown's women's division separately. It's it really was hard to pick. Like
Yeah.
I picked both of them like holding it down separate, but like I think Rhea, and then you got them both together. So like I feel like this is like elevating those two even more.
And EO.
So and with EO with them on top of that too.
Right,
So
right,
like
right.
like the storyline is so fucking interesting. Poor EO getting pie
my,
faced all the time. I hope she shoots and stabs one of them.
Oh my goodness.
Bullshit. 'Cause that's just disrespectful and ignorant. She got every right to be pissed.
She does.
So I don't know. Like it's just hard. So like I don't think she's plateaued. I think both women have both hit that mark where they're at that next level to kind of transcend into like being it.
Yeah.
my issue with it being Rhea is, and this is nothing against her because it's not her fault, but when Rhea is more injury prone, who's the one that steps up? Bianca Belair. And like I said, that's nothing against her. You can't control getting injured. You can't. Second side note, 13-year-old Cliff has a thing for muscle mommies in clothing, is what you're saying. I'm here for it with you.
I know, like a lot of y'all could be out here, like I'm gonna get clowned about it like forever in the chat that 13-year-old Cliff. But it's the thing though, like when we were looking at Gina Carano when she was one of the top fighters in the world, right? I mean, we're looking at Ronda Rousey, we're looking at some of these other fighters. We all were like, yo, damn, she's pretty bad. Halle Berry in that Catwoman suit, come on now.
Right?
Y'all quit playing. Y'all quit playing with me right now, okay?
Early 20 me definitely was like, oh.
Michelle
Okay.
Pfeiffer walking around playing Batman Returns.
Oh yeah, definitely. Little kid
Don't do
me
that.
was
Don't do that.
definitely. That was my favorite.
But looking at some, and then you see like these random ass, like like I said, 13-year-old Cliff looking at someone like just looking at these past women. I'm just like, yeah, 13-year-old Cliff loves seeing goth Rhea do her thing.
I ain't mad at you for that.
Neither am I, buddy.
Go on, Chaz. Tell us what you're thinking.
All right.
All right.
So look, while Rhea Ripley isn't a bad choice, and Bailey isn't a bad choice either, because Bailey is, one of the more longer tenured out of the three. So Bailey's not a bad choice. And Bailey definitely the past couple years have been getting her flowers, especially since the Thunderdome era where her and Mercedes were holding it down. So yeah, Bailey definitely deserves flowers. It's Bianca Belair. Like, there's Bianca Belair because she's consistently it has been heavily featured as a babyface, especially coming up as and on the main roster. Whereas Rhea, she's been a babyface, she's been a heel, now she's back as a babyface. Talk about legacy. Bianca Belair, Royal Rumble winner, multiple WrestleMania wins, WrestleMania main eventer. Let's make sure we put that. WrestleMania main eventer. She's got multiple title reigns. I think her title reign with the Raw Women's title is, I know it's a historic run because they made a big deal about it. So Bianca Belair, as far as legacy wise, boom, she has the pedigree. She's most brand friendly, and this is the counterpoint. Yes, Cliff. Yes, the golf in you. Yes, people are as a thing. Yes, like people. That is an audience. Now we're not like is you're gonna put the golf on Good Morning America per se, and looking at it as far as media appearances, Nickelodeon. She's been on She was just on ESPN about a couple of weeks ago, talking about the WWE, talking about women's wrestling. She's also, it's kind of feel like she's in that Dolph Ziggler, not necessarily Dolph Ziggler, but that chosen one, like feeling for a long time as like the baby face, especially with Becky being gone. The big baby face as far as the women is Bianca Belair. And everyone loves Bianca Belair. She's had her own reality show with her and Montez. It's Bianca Belair. If you want to talk about who's the woman leading the charge, it's Bianca Belair. Period. Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Hey, Chaz, let me ask you a question real quick, though.
And
man.
she's about to, and you know what she's about to do?
Cliff Cook Chaz.
She's about to win at WrestleMania because Rhea Ripley's not winning.
Real quick, Chaz. When Fortnite dropped that playable character,
Yes,
did you pick her up or did you pick up somebody else?
I picked her up, her and someone else.
No, you did.
Who you pick first, Chaz?
Yes. Come
Who'd
on.
you pick first?
Out with it.
I'll keep it $150. Hold on, before you say it, I'll keep it $150. When Call of Duty dropped and they had Cody, Rey Mysterio, and
Rhea Ripley.
yeah, I 100% did not buy Rhea Ripley. I did pick up Rey Mysterio, so I'm gonna keep it full out there.
Okay,
Just
well
like
then fair. I won't. Okay, fair. I, without a shadow of a doubt, picked up John Cena.
After he turned heel.
I sure did.
He broke up with you.
It's. Let me tell you something. The 8-year-old, 10-year-old Chaz, it took over because I thought about it. I was like, oh, he's a heel, but this is good guy John right here. This is what I said. This is what I can hold on to.
You are in denial.
At least I can go play Fortnite and just think of when times were simpler, when John Cena was my hero.
You are in denial.
This man ran around just like, you can't see me. Wow.
Look, man, every time, I'm not even gonna lie, we all know I cry for everything. But man, every time they show John turn heel and they show these kids, I just get a little in my soul. I go, WWE, you in this music, man. Y'all gotta stop. Like, man, but yeah, I got John Cena first. I'm not.
I'm gonna keep it. I do agree, right, with the pedigree that Bianca has, right? Again, obviously this is all opinionated, so you guys can hate one of us later. I don't care. But Becky, like to look at Rhea's pedigree and not say it's comparable outside of being a main eventer of WrestleMania, and I give that because there's definitely Rhea has done everything that Bianca has done. Everything. And when you think about it,
no, did she have a tag title run?
I think didn't she do that with
Wait, but
was it Liv and her before they split?
It was Liv. No.
Or did she do it with who was almost a superhero? Oh Jesus.
Nikki.
Oh,
Nikki
Ash.
Yes.
She might have.
Look it up.
I'm pretty sure I know she's I thought she was a Grand Slam winner as well.
Did Rhea Ripley win last night? I didn't know she wrestled.
I just think that when I think about it, I'm just like, it is hard for me not to sit back and look at that pedigree and match it up outside of just the main event scene, which, I mean, let's be real, like, you being a main eventer, you're one of few that have ever done it. So
yes,
I give props. I thought so. I thought she did it twice, right? She won tag title
she's
twice.
She's won the Women's Tag Team Championship, NXT UK Women's Championship, NXT Women's Championship, Ramen Women's Championship.
Yeah, she won them all, except, like I said, that one thing that's just missing for her would be that main event spot, which, I mean, obviously it's not happening this year because, we know what the main events are going to be because it's bullshit, but that's what I said. But yeah, no, I just think that when I look at Rhea, and right, you do have a point though, that outside of injuries, but when she's in there and she's working, it's hard to like pick a person who's performing better than her, unless it's Bianca Belair. But I still want to lean on the Rhea side just because 13.
I just feel like there's more marketability with Bianca. You can put Bianca anywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, Good Morning America. I'm gonna send Bianca. Like ESPN, I'm gonna send Bianca. Well, what do you call it? The ESPYs? I'm gonna send Bianca.
Rhea Ripley gets to be on TV too. She's on GNC all the time.
Well, absolutely. I'm not saying that. I'm not right. I'm not just
Gotham channel. She's on there. She's on GNC. Gotham at night. She's on that show, bro. She's like there.
But yeah, that's just the only thing. I think that's the only thing that Bianca has over Rhea, and why I would say she's the face of the women's division.
Yeah, she's definitely more marketable. I mean, unless you're looking into WWE, then I would see that they're both marketable about the same. But if you go outside of media, 100% Bianca.
Right, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking outside the wrestling bubble, into the main, like, pop culture, mainstream. But Bianca, I also believe, this is another. We can do another conversation, but I believe her husband can break through that glass ceiling as well, Montez.
Yeah, 100%.
Like that whole family right there.
Looking at the debate topic, see, this is how you took this outside of that world, but for me, it's inside of that world, and it's hard for me to sit back and go, yeah, Bianca definitely over Rhea, because when you look at the pedigree outside of WrestleMania, right, main eventing, like Rhea and Bianca are just, they're neck and neck the whole time.
They are
absolutely. You're right. Absolutely.
It's a coin flip at that point.
It was hard for me to make a choice.
I'll be fair though, because there was a third option that got put in there, and it wasn't Bayley. And I, for this year, it's hard for me not to disagree. And TJ put it up there. I'll put it up right now. Liv Morgan,
right,
is number 2. He said,
absolutely.
I can't argue with him on that one either.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Liv is having the year of her life right now.
Yes, and
well deserved too, because she's been putting in that work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and remember all the like the petition like the internet had for Liv Morgan back in like 2016, 2017, 2018.
Trying to cut her.
Even the Riot Squad, when they were like picking her out of the 3, like she definitely deserves it. So Liv Morgan definitely, you get no argument out of me on that one.
No.
What else we got in the comments?
From an NXT to now is it's been a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
She was just
absolutely
when they referred to her as like, what was like contestant 3 or contestant 15, something like that. Like she was just she was a random in a wrestling spot, like in a rumble spot.
Yep.
Like into where she is now, joining in, and she was the wild, and we all noticed, we all knew this too. Like she was the wild one anyway in the Riot Squad. We all noticed her when she started doing the blue tongue thing. We're all like, "There's something about her."
Mhm.
We don't know what it is, but there's something about her. Like she's crazy, and I kind of dig crazy chicks. And then like for some reason, like
She just got crazier and crazier.
yeah, and then she just became who she is now. And what I definitely like about her too is that you can see some of her personality is being pulled from AJ Lee when AJ had that like crazy run. So I definitely can appreciate. All right, some stuff that's on here. Bianca, no question. Bianca again from Mr. Sykes. Liv Morgan said, Liv Morgan number 2. I said what I said. I agree, Bianca, then Liv, because Liv has really just embraced her superstardom. This is true. Preach Twitch. 13-year-old Cliff needs to chill. Halle Berry, period. Any suit. Halle Berry in the Flintstone movie. Yeah, I said it.
I'm like, TJ needs to chill.
TJ, I was like, 13-year-old TJ needs to chill. Let's go. Evening, Chaz and friends. What's up? What's up? Side note: the caption says, "When Cliff says $1.50, it says a black fitty." And yo, I'm 100%.
That's great.
That needs to be a part of your lingo from now on.
Fitty. Yo, that's crazy.
I'm just trying to keep it a black fitty.
Just right.
That's great. You need to say that from now on.
Too many people are going to be so fucking confused.
Shout out to Chaz for the old school Chris Bay shirt. Haven't seen that in a minute.
Yes, I've had this shirt literally since 2020. Or no, 2019.
2019.
Yeah, 2019.
I was gonna say because he started following you and you bought the shirt right after.
Yeah,
we started doing the show.
We started
right before we started doing the show. Yeah.
I've been a Chris Bay supporter since day one. Literally since, I was in California in 2016, 2017. So around that time when I was in California is when I picked up on Chris Bay. So I've been a day one. So yeah, shout out to my boy Chris Bay. If you haven't seen his interview with Chris Van Vliet, yeah, I'll plug Chris Van Vliet's interview as well. Go definitely check that out. It's man,
that's probably one of my favorite interviews this year.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely is. Go support the homie. I know he has a GoFundMe. I know TNA got something as well. Yeah, definitely go help him out.
I think you can still buy. You buy the pay-per-view, right, on Triller, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Heard that was too.
But yeah, definitely shout out to the homie Chris Bay. All right, temp check.
We're doing temp check.
No, I'm sorry, Push and Barry.
One of the two.
Yes,
pick one.
One of these darn segments, Push and Barry. That's when me and my friends, we give you something going on in this week where we give it a push, or we're going to get something that we just need to bury. I'll start this one off. Let's bury Mandy Rose. Let's bury her brain. Let's bury her OnlyFans. Let's bury. Yes, we can. At this point, it's not worth. It's no. Like you can be beautiful, but if you are just dumb up there, you just might as well be an ugly troll. And
But I prefer them beautiful and dumb.
It makes it
hey,
easier.
you like what you like. That's not my prerogative, okay? I'm not trying to tell you what to like and what not to like. I'm just saying, let's bury her because I had to stop myself. Okay? I had to stop myself from arguing on her post because I really got triggered. Because it's like, no, it does not matter. If you won 2 belts, being a double champion means holding 2 concurrent reigning championships, not bringing 2 to 1. That just means you won 1 belt. Get away! Shut up! Shut
Well, I mean,
up.
there's a difference between.
She's on the list now of Tamina,
Oh damn.
Eva Marie, and it's now Mandy Rose. Oh yeah, I forgot. Candice LeRae.
Oh.
Y'all know I don't like Candice LeRae.
Um, I'm
And
surprised-
she's
I'm
on there.
surprised-
And
I'm surprised
honestly,
it's
you know what? Just because I want to be fair, Eva Marie has been taken off the list. Just because she start talking about she might come back. And I feel like she never got a fair shot. So,
Ain't that a reason to keep her on the list?
nope. Nope. Because I feel like she never got a fair shot. You never know, like, back
Something
in
always
SmackDown Live
happens.
era, if she, it
Something
could have been
always
something.
happens.
And then she was in NXT. She started cooking when they sent her back to NXT.
Yeah.
We said it on this podcast. Damien,
was.
you remember that?
Yeah, no, because it was good.
When
She was
she was on
it
NXT.
was good.
Yeah. So nah, she gets taken off my shit list. But anyway, yeah, that's what we're gonna bury.
Oh shit! That's
I got nothing to push. I got nothing to push this week.
Aw.
I got nothing to push. I
okay.
got none.
What y'all got? What y'all got? I want to go last.
What you got?
Go first. I gotta think about this one real quick.
I'm gonna bury Tamatonga.
What?
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa, what? What? Yeah, I'm burying Tamatonga. Pick your motherfucking side. Don't be out here ringside with fucking Jacob acting like you're all cool with him and then backstage looking at fucking Jacob sideways when Solo's around. Pick your motherfucking side and stick to it.
Yep.
I just
Yep.
no, pick your side.
Ah.
Push women's wrestling.
Fair.
Women's
Yes.
wrestling in general.
They've been on fire.
Bianca, Rhea, Liv, Timeless Tony Storm. Like, we have such a great plethora of women's wrestling that you can watch at any given moment right now, and it is such an awesome thing to see.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? Yeah, that's my push too. Retweet that.
Don't hop on my
I said retweet that.
hashtag
Right, Damien.
Thunder.
Ah. Well. Well, Chaz, you kind of stole my Barry.
I did.
Yeah, because I kind of definitely agree with you on that. She is definitely
Dog.
on my list today.
It is annoying.
But
It's annoying. It's really annoying, and it sucks because her NXT run was actually good. The toxic attraction thing, like that whole stint was good. And
yeah, no, it was. It was.
you see how easy you can like ruin your career by talking stupid.
Yep. 100%.
Gosh.
So, push the little girl with abs.
Hey yo, the Omaha girl.
Yep. And bury Tony if he doesn't.
I like the berry.
Dude, that has been my favorite. I've watched that thing like 6 times. Yeah, that's fucking great.
That was a great segment. I
Dude,
love
that was epic. For that whole little segment, I liked Chris Jericho for those couple of minutes.
That's
man.
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great.
Yeah, he's not going to be on the dumbass of the week list just because of that.
Yeah.
Give him a pass today.
Yeah, the little girl from Omaha was not taking no shit, man.
No,
She wasn't. She was not. She definitely wasn't.
She flipped him off, and he was like, "You know what that means?" He's like, "Yeah, fuck you." And I was like, "Oh, oh shit."
Absolutely. No, facts.
All right. Let me give you my berry, which is gonna lead into my push, which y'all gonna be up for the right. Let me bury. I'm just gonna pick a bunch of names at random. Asuka, Bailey, Big E, Billy Gunn, Jey Uso, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Xavier Woods, Vince McMahon, okay, VKM, right? Sorry. Kurt Hennig, Finn Balor, Jimmy Uso, Montez Ford, MVP, Rikishi. I'm gonna throw him in there. RVD, Shayna Baszler, right? Tori Wilson. The list goes on. Why all these people have had less than 6 appearances at WrestleMania? Because that's gonna lead right to my push. Push for the next 4 years. I need the weekend to hold.
Oh my goodness.
Debut at WrestleMania. This man's made 6 appearances in a row. Let's go. I'm here for it. The weekend, year in, year out. Hey man, it's getting to that point, man. Death, taxes, and the weekend having a song to be at WrestleMania. I'm here for it, man.
I take back every nice thing I ever said about you.
That's I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, "Yo, they played that song this week, and they're like, yeah, we want to thank the weekend for having one of the songs being a part of WrestleMania." I was like, "Yo, I feel like that's like 6 in a row." And sure enough, someone put it up there, and I was like, "Geez, man, that's like this guy's making a ton of appearances." So then I was like, "How many other wrestlers have had less appearances than the weekend?"
He has as many appearances as Roman has main events.
This is
wow.
Actually, yeah.
And the funny thing is, I really thought "Fiend" by Travis Scott was the song. Like I thought that was the WrestleMania theme song. I mean, they overplay it.
They usually have a couple. So
yeah.
Why isn't that the main one? You played that ad 3 times a show.
He got a point.
But they'll probably put on there because they always have like
Fiend. Like my kid knows Travis Scott because of this one song, because he watches wrestling. Don't know who a lick of Travis Scott. Every time they add Fiend. Do you know what a Fiend is? No, he don't. Why is that not the WrestleMania theme song? It's catchy. It got people. It got a 4-year-old ready to go. Fiend.
It will.
The weekend sucks.
Thank you, Chaz. Thank you, Chaz.
I'm sorry. I had to say it. It's been eating at me for about 3 years. It's been eating at me. I used to like the weekend. And this has nothing to do with wrestling, but I gotta get it off my chest. And I know my friend Josh Brooks is gonna watch this. He's gonna see this. Okay, he's the one that introduced me to the week, like really heavily introduced me into the weekend back in 2014. And he has a deep connection with the weekend, and I understand and I respect that. But New Weekend is just trash, just trash. Give me old. He got happy and just started making trash music. Give me sad, depressed Weekend. Like, what happened to the one? His greatest song should be that one song from that nasty 50 Shades of Grey movie. Like, that should be his best song. But no, you all let that overhyped, weirdo-shaped hair-looking son of a gun get more money and more famous off of mediocrity. Let's move on.
Nah, man, Weekend here. And next year, I need another song from the Weekend as the track.
Well, he can't be because he's retired as the Weekend.
It doesn't matter to me.
He's the weekday now.
Moving on to the section.
You know what WWE could do is they could go back to his catalog and just pull songs and put it back in, and that's what they're gonna do.
I will cancel WWE Network.
No, you won't.
No, I don't have the WWE Network.
Exactly, but you won't.
Besides, you're jailbroken Fire Stick. You can just watch it. You ain't paying for it anyway. I said what I said. WWE, find this man because he's gonna cancel the weekend. Find this man.
That's not true. Not true. I'm still paying for Netflix. I'm still paying for Netflix. I just can watch all of it on Netflix now instead of Peacock.
I didn't say anything about Netflix. Netflix, you're good. He pays for it.
I'm about to say, I just got VPN.
I know.
On Monday nights and Tuesday nights and Friday nights and sometimes Saturday nights, I'm in Toronto.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, ain't it?
It sure is.
I'm over in the UK on those days.
I've never look. We're gonna move on to the next topic, but this was so funny. I got a Canadian ad, okay, and it threw me off. It was a political ad. And I go, what? And he goes, Canada. Da 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 da. We love. America's not gonna stop us. What? I got up. I was doing other things, and so Chase is still sitting there watching. He watches the ads and whatnot. Because at first it's just the WWE like dun, 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 with the little studio shots, but sometimes I get like a TV ad.
Yeah, you get like an ad.
Like I get one or two, like just out the random. But oh man, it said America can't stop us, and I went, oh, what are we watching again?
On my phone, I'll be over in the UK getting all kind of UK ads and shit. It like throws me for a loop.
Y'all
I'm like,
should-
And I think, I got one where they're saying they might lose their universal health care. They were like, we don't want to be like America.
Damn.
I went, okay, sorry, let's go back to wrestling.
Hold on, real quick. Let me give you one more push. Right.
Oh, you got another? Oh, double it. All right.
Yeah. Because I just thought about it. Because actually, as I have conversations, let me push Robin Renegade too. By the way, because she got her dream match last night on Collision. If you guys didn't,
Oh, she did.
Yeah, I heard.
Wrestling Mercedes Moné. She had her dream match. It was awesome to watch her do her thing. So yeah, I want to give big shout outs to Robin, by the way, for that.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Robin. All right, let's move on. We gotta get debating wrestling and not the weekend because we all can agree that he's trash. All right, TNA.
Here.
Is TNA trying too hard to reinvent itself instead of embracing what works? All right, so TNA is recently making the headlines as not a good news. They are making headlines because they fired TNA Hall of Famer, TNA Knockouts pioneer, women's wrestling pioneer Gail Kim. TNA has come back with the statement saying that nothing personal, is just they're trying to bringing more outside people in and culture change in a sense. Reports are saying that there are wrestlers who are saying that once their deal is up, they will not be back. So what is your guys' take on this? Let's start off with you, Cliff.
Hey, fuck TNA right now. Yep, I said what I said. I lost all respect when I saw Ling show back up, and they referred to her as being from was it Ching Chong, China? I was like, bro, it's not for me. I don't give a fuck. I don't know whose idea it was to do that, but I'm not here with it. And then you get rid of Gail Kim, who's like the staple, who keeps reinventing and re-evolving or evolutionizing the knockout women's division. I don't have no respect for someone once you start to go down a different path that like isn't necessarily even like uncomfortable. It's just something stupid like that. Like I said, that she's built from Ching Chong, China was so fucking lame. I was like, I don't know whose idea that was. I'm not here for it. I don't care about it. I don't even know that's a real place in China. It could be, and I could be fucked up for saying that, but I don't give a shit, man. I found that to be disappointing because what I valued about the Knockouts division is that, the women had kind of like these fully fleshed out characters that were like representing, and when I saw that, I was like, I'm not here for it, and I don't care. So that's just the Knockouts division. I've always been one that's staple and say about all great things about the women's division, but right now, like, I can't look at it that way, and it's just that one thing too. I mean, I love the fact that we're doing a great crossover with the WWE, but at this point in time, man, when I look back and I see what they did with her, I was like, I don't care. I don't care.
What you got, Damien?
They're getting ready to sell TNA to WWE, so they have to
Oh my god, hey, you sound like the IWC.
They probably are, dude. Think about what they're doing.
You sound like the IWC. Get out of here. No, they're not. No, they're not. Get out.
Okay, we'll see what happens in a couple of years.
They're not selling their joint.
Okay.
A couple of years is different. No. A couple of years is different. I'm like, I'm here. I feel like you're talking like the next 18 months or so.
Oh no! I said I give it a couple of years.
Couple of years, that's different. That's different.
Well, that's. I mean, that's kind of. I mean,
Even saying a couple years, I guess I'll go because is that your take? Is that it?
uh, they're getting ready for a sale.
Yeah, is that it?
Hey, look, Anthem was trying to get rid of him a while ago, wasn't
Oh,
he?
okay, I'm gonna go. He making me mad. He making me mad. All right, so just because Damien said it, they're not gonna say. Because
Yeah,
I can't let that go. I don't know why that just you saying that just really went. What the fuck? No. So I don't think they're gonna sell anytime soon. I think rebranding. So because of the fact that rebranding the TNA instead of going back to the TNA name brought hype back to the company. Like them going back to TNA brought hype to the company.
and up the
We
value.
were all. I mean, if you weren't already watching Impact, when you saw that it was TNA, we were locked in, and a lot of people were like, "Okay, let me go back and seeing what this is." You're rebranding, but I heard that you've been putting on some fire, and this guy named Joe Henry is kind of cool. So I don't necessarily think they're going to sell anytime soon because I think they still get viewership, especially with the WWE partnership that they got. That's boosting them for at least for the however long this partnership is going to last. I figure they'll probably come.
Couple years. It's a multi-year deal.
It's a multi-year. That's what I thought. So they'll still be on the up and up. So I don't think they're going to be selling anytime soon. But I do think as far as a PR standpoint, TNA are just losing the game as far as PR. Scott D'Amore firing. Doesn't this look similar to this?
Yeah.
And that was what, just a year ago? Almost a little less than a year?
Yeah.
They fired Scott D'Amore. They fired Gail Kim, a Hall of Famer, a knockouts architect. Number one, huge major PR misstep. Okay? Rebranding built hype. Like I said, they rebranding of the TNA built hype. But let's be for real as far as the TNA product. The TNA product is vastly different than what it used to be. Vastly different. It is a lot more indie AEW style matches if you're looking at it. Remember back in the day, TNA was very much more storytelling. Okay? Very much more storytelling. That has changed. Hiring outside creative, and if that's what they're trying to do, cool. But cutting off your homegrown talent behind the scenes ain't gonna work. You're building what's the point? You have the tools and the people that has built this brand back up from obscurity into a legitimate contender. I don't want to say call it contender, but a legitimate brand in American wrestling. What are you doing? You're doing the Billy shooting yourself in the foot, bringing that back. Pew, 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 pew. Like it's the NWA all over again. Like your knockouts division has been your staple for 20 years. Your knockouts division and your X division. You're already shitting the bed with the X division. Let's keep it a buck. The X division is not the X division of what it was. It's not the same. And at this point, get it out of here. Your knockouts division. Why are you firing Gail Kim?
I heard there were a few reasons.
But let's be for real though. Even if those reasons, whatever the reasonings are, why are you firing Gail Kim? Someone who's like the heart and soul. Someone who's literally the veins of your locker room. Someone who's been there in the trenches. That's like what? Why?
Well, they got rid of her and the guy that was running creative. I heard they weren't getting along.
Then you need to? Why are you going? It works. She works. Her mind works.
I'm just
she
saying.
Has a track record.
This is what I heard. It's
Like-
I maybe it felt like it was one of those okay, if we got rid of one, we might as well do the other one.
If we don't see TNA is the thing.
I didn't say
This
it
is
was
what got. This is what got us back into why we started not giving a crap about TNA in the first place. They
Shit, not
stopped giving a
fraud.
crap about storytelling and strong matches, and they start going into shock value crap. They start with the shock the fans. Let me get what's going to go viral for the next 24 hours. Like they had a real niche. TNA had a real niche fan group. Less flashy than AEW, right? More wrestling than WWE. They were the perfect middle ground. Where's it? Now you're throwing it down the toilet. That's where we're at. At this point, that's where we're going. You brought all this hype back for TNA. You legitimately got an actual like partnership with WWE. The same company you tried to go head and head with when you had old brother up there leading the charge. And you're in a collaboration with them. So what are we doing? You're literally Billy shooting yourself in the foot again. Shooting yourself in the foot. And if this is some ploy to sell, shame on you, TNA. Shame on you, Anthem. If this is some ploy to get it to sell, shame on you. Because you have a legitimate shot of being at least on the same level of AEW as far as being the second American best wrestling, of being the number 2 in the country. You had a legitimate chance. Shooting Gail Kim in the foot, like firing her, getting her out, getting Scott out.
Bringing Tessa back.
Bringing Tessa back and letting her roll with these racist chants. You're a racist, and just letting her just egg that on. No, you're going right back into obscurity again, and then it's 2014, 2013, 2011, TNA all over again. And then guess what? We're stuck with watching AEW as the ulterior because, hey, why do I want to watch TNA? It's crap anyway. And it's a shame because of all the people that built TNA back up. It's a slap in the face to them. I'm done. I'm done because it really bothered me. But they fired Gail Kim. I like to say I have some type of business savvy mind when it comes to professional wrestling, at least to the wrestling business, having some history and being in a backstage sense. I like to say I have some knowledge. And so I kind of like to see both sides, but golly, this don't make no goddamn sense at all. At all. Rebranding, reinventing, no. This is stupid. Stupid. I'm done. Who's next? I don't even know who's next. Did you go, Cliff?
I already went.
You went? All right, cool. Twitch, it's you. You last one, dog. I know. You probably like.
He's looking around like, oh, who, with me?
Oh, my turn?
I told on the group chat. I was having I don't know. I felt angry about today's show.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Thank you.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think.
Thank you, Lamar. See, Lamar agrees. Lamar Jackson agrees. See, I'm gonna put close to camp.
Get the fuck out of here with Lamar.
He agreed. All right, fine.
Nope. You ain't got him up. And Tom Brady, we trust.
No,
I said
the
what I said.
tribal chief does not like what you said. And I know he's not a Ravens fan either, but like even he didn't mean that. You're my tribal chief.
Anywho, I think TNA needs to get back to what works for them. Or honestly, 18 to 24 months TKO acquires them.
Oh my gosh! Don't you do
it anyway? I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, I know. I have a feeling they're going to do it anyway.
Look, this multi-year deal is a test run.
What talent do we want? What do we not want?
Yeah, and there's like, all right, well, we're gonna keep TNA around. Just like they're gonna have a development for their development for their development. Look, I hate to be the one to say it and break the bad news to you. And I'm not saying it's a good thing. I didn't say I agree with it. I'm just being a businessman. And, well, if I wanted to acquire a company, I'd work with them for a couple of years, suggest a few changes, and, see how things go. Bam, 2 years. I get the company cheaper than it was 2 years ago.
Plot twist: Tony Khan buys TNA.
Ugh.
Oh, I cancel the podcast. I would not want to talk about wrestling ever again.
Yeah, I kind of have to.
I'm sorry. if Tony Khan buys Ring of Honor and TNA, Cliff, I don't want to know a damn thing to do with wrestling anymore. No, absolutely not. No. You wanted to Tony Khan, he bought Ring of Honor just when I started liking Ring of Honor, and I was like, you know what? Ring of Honor is my favorite promotion. Tony Khan buys it, throws it in the dirt. AEW, in the beginning, I was a heavy faithful. No, y'all, AEW, it's good. It's good. Tony Khan starts taking over the booking. Can't stand it half the time. You get like 2 Dynamites out the month. I'm like, damn, this was a fire Wednesday night, middle of the week show. Any other night, look, I'm like, oh, geez, here we go. Oh, no, Tony Khan, Twitch, no.
Don't yell at me.
Sorry.
Yeah, you put it in the ether, sir. I kind of don't blame him.
No. Oh, my goodness. That's not. Can we stop buying wrestling companies?
I mean,
in 2025 and the
20. So I mean,
no, this is a game of Monopoly. Everybody got a price.
That's the problem.
100%.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
I refuse to watch Evolve, WWE Evolve.
It's actually not as bad as you think it is.
I mean, I got beef with Gabe, so
it's pretty decent.
It's actually not bad at all. Like
I got beef with Gabe. So
I'm 100% for it because I'm 100% biased as well too because a bunch of people who've been on that show are also been a part of this podcast. So like I can't sit there and be like, nah, yeah, I agree with you, Chaz. I don't want to watch Evolve. No,
they look like they're having fun, dude.
They're 100%.
They do look like they're having fun. The clips I see on Twitter will suffice.
Yep.
Yeah, me and Gabe got beef.
On TV for free.
You're all about
that saving money.
You sure? You can watch free wrestling right there on Tubi.
Or if you got your
I'm sorry, Twitch. I totally had another rant in the middle of your take. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, that was my take.
Oh, that was it? Okay. Oh.
That was it.
Go ahead to the comments, Cliff, because I really don't even want to talk about this topic anymore. Because I love TNA. I do.
And you'll still love it when WWE buys it.
Oh, I did. What? When it goes defunct and it turns into what? NXT?
No, it'll be TNA.
No, it won't.
Yeah,
no, it won't. It's TNA. Not. No, it'll be WWE Impact.
It'll be WWE presents TNA.
that makes my ass itch.
Go take a shower.
That saying that gave me the itch.
Hey,
that made me feel dirty.
Do you know what they say, Chaz? Man who goes to bed with itchy butt crack often wakes up with smelly fingers. So chill out.
What kind of
Go to the comments.
So, to keep Eve on that list, Chaz, shut your mouth. I second Chaz because I was definitely about to crash out and go off on Mandy, but it shows sanity over stupidity. Push El Americano, bury Andrade again. Toni Storm is the most entertaining female performer in the past few years. I agree.
I can't disagree with you on that one.
I agree. Damien
Bianca Belair.
No. Over Tony? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Let me know when Bianca cuts a Toni Storm promo, because she ain't at that level.
She don't have to. She cut an Oscar-worthy performance in the Elimination Chamber.
Damien said he likes Chris Jericho. End the podcast now.
I thought about it.
As well.
Please let the opening of this show be Chaz saying "fiend" like he just did.
We almost opened the show with Will Smith.
Oh.
Is it too late to play the lottery for today? Damien just said something that's about.
Oh wow, I think that's the thing. Yeah.
I so wish I was screen recording Chaz saying "fiend" like that now. Hey, keep it Black 50. I think that's true. I would agree. I'd agree with that. 3 big dumb moves for TNA: Scott D'Amore, Tessa, and Gail. 100%.
Yeah,
and a 4th dumb move from TNA. What Cliff said. Yeah, that whole.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I heard some about that.
TNA has done such a great job of ruining everything good that they have done in the past 2 years to get TNA back on the map, and I'm disappointed 100%. Maybe your boy Vinnie Mac buys them.
Ah, stop saying it again!
That's
Stop
worse.
it!
That's worse.
I want Chaz to say niche again.
I'm not doing it.
As a barber, I love this show. It has every stage of the beard growth. It really does. Oh my god.
So look, let me tell y'all something. Okay, so
Oh,
look,
shit.
there's like a little something if you look real close. I just shaved it off because it was looking a little nasty looking. I look like a little
kid
teenage
showing
boy.
off his pubic hair. Sit the fuck down.
That's his, hey, guess what? I'm okay with my pubic chin hair.
By the way, this is
I'm
really
proud
not
of it.
for me.
You know, if you were proud of it, you wouldn't have shaved it.
No, it was looking because I had this like 3 super long ones, dog, and like, and then it was like a couple medium ones, and then like I was like,
I
this
think
looks
Chaz,
ridiculous.
somewhere down your line, bro, you have like white trash somewhere in your bloodline, bro, because like they
Yes,
have like 3 random
absolutely.
there. That's
Well,
Joe.
so my grandmother did the research, right? So there was a slave owner by the name of Jack Johnson. Okay.
That plays the songs.
I was going to say the music artist.
No, not the music artist, not him. The other Jack Johnson, way before his time. The slave owner.
Oh, gotcha.
No, legit. That's the guy that my grandmother did all the history. But yeah, it's him. It's his fault.
I was just joking, and then Chaz gave us a whole history.
Got a reason. Got a reason, folks.
Hey, I got you.
The Blanchard line stops at Tully for me.
I agree.
TNA is going to be the developmental for Evolve.
And that's what scares me because it should be the opposite way around.
It should be, but that's the way they're probably.
I wish Chaz would own a cat so that he could put some milk on his mustache and his cat can just come lick it off.
Well, that just got weird.
Yeah, 100%. just Chaz needs to be babyface, just clean.
Anyway, is there any more comments?
Yeah, right here it says Chaz with the trailer trash beard jingle.
All right, moving on. Moving on.
I was like, oh shit! It just popped in as soon as you said it.
It popped in. I was like, yeah, we're saying this right now.
Hell yeah for high class white trash.
Damien's dumbass of the week. Let's go. Roll the clip. Roll the goddamn clip.
It's Damien's Dumb Ass of the Week.
Well, Mandy Rose.
It's like we all know what this is going to play.
Mandy.
Mandy.
Look, the fact that you was on Twitter trying to claim that you're a double champion, you went on podcast to ask other wrestlers, which the only reason why they agreed that you are because they were being nice. Okay, well let's keep it a stack. You were in a unification match. I hope you know what unification is. If not,
Clearly she don't.
you got Google. It'll tell you. And if you don't believe Google, get a book. And the thing
Not even don't believe Google, go get AI.
Well, not even that. Just go to a library. That's a big building. It houses books.
First of all,
You have to
Damien,
spell that. You have to spell that for her.
Damien, I'm gonna pause you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
need you to pronounce that right. It's
Library. I'm
Not
black.
library.
That's the way we say it. You gotta deal with it.
He said he gonna keep it a black 50 and call it the way we call it.
I'm Baltimore. It's the way the fuck we say it. You're lucky it's even sounding like it's supposed to.
Go to a place where they sell books.
Yep.
Or you could check them out and bring them back.
Exactly. Or not even. You just go in there and open it and find the word that you're looking for right there.
Can I intervene right quick, real fast?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. What's
What
up?
do you mean, uh-oh?
What's
I
up?
just want to say, the UFC and boxing both consider a unified title as you being a double champ. So
It's
is
not
it
the UFC.
shut the fuck up real quick. I'm talking. So is it so egregious for a wrestler to think that unifying a title would make them a double champion?
Yes.
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 Okay, I'm just asking.
Look, we have 50
Okay,
years of
for
history,
example.
over 50 years of history of where this happened, and the unification did not classify as a double champion. You're right, though, Twitch. I agree with you. Boxing, UFC, yes,
Yes, they do.
they do, and I won't
No,
argue that.
they don't. Stop
Yes,
saying
they
that.
do.
No, in the UFC, if you have an interim heavyweight champion and a heavyweight champion, then you unify those belts. But if you are like Chris Cyborg, who was 135 and 145 pound, she was a two belt champion. She was actively defending in two different weight divisions. That's the difference. What Mandy was saying was, oh, I unified the UK belt and the NXT belt, so technically I was a double champion, and she wasn't. You just unified the belts. That's all you did. That's all it was.
Yeah.
So what if you won the second title? You did not carry on and defend that title again.
You
That
never
is
saw
something
it
that,
again.
like, I'll give you a perfect example. Chris Cyborg did it in two different weight divisions. She fought at 135 and 145 and defended the titles in both weight divisions. That's the difference between a double champion and a unified champion. And that's the problem. She's like, everybody's over here gassing her up, like, oh, yeah, you was the first. You did it. And she did it.
Like,
like,
at all.
Shut the fuck up.
Please.
So yeah, she's on the list. Not gonna do Chris this week because he entertained me. So he gets a pass. Tony always goes on there.
Tony always goes on.
Until he gets rid of Jericho for me, he is staying on the list permanently.
All right, so Tony Khan.
And then we're going to make it a specific, the minority of the IWC.
Oh, right.
Because those fuckers who were gaslighting Mandy Rose into saying some stupid shit, bruh.
Deserves to be on there.
The fucked
And-
up part is I know whose tweet that was that she quote tweeted. And then I got the rest of everybody involved.
It sure did.
It
It
took
sure
everything in
did.
my power not to say anything too, because I wanted to say so much.
You should have.
I dropped that in the chat. The person who tweeted it and the person and the actual tweet and then the person like the quote tweet from Mandy who she quote tweeted and then the person's tweet because they're a friend of mine on Facebook and I was like, God damn it.
I took everything in my power not to find him and private message him and be like, why are you 2 degrees of stupid? I almost want to put him on the list, but I don't know him like that, so I don't care that much. So yeah. Anybody else do anything dumb?
Because like, okay, and I'm gonna go back to this, right? We're gonna talk about this because another argument point was, well, if you look at Chris Jericho won 2 belts, and they didn't call him the unified champion; they called him the WWE heavyweight champion. But even though he unified the WWE and the WCW World Heavyweight title, yeah, he won both those titles, but he only defended one of those belts, and it's like
Right.
that's what it is. So I'm like, okay, you won 2 belts, but you're not a 2-belt champ. You're just defending one title. Seth Rollins was the 2-belt champion. He literally defended. We watched him on the same pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Defend against Cena and Sting.
Oh yeah, when he tried to kill Sting.
Yeah, buckle bombed him.
I almost killed the poor guy.
So Mandy Rose, Tony Khan, and the minority of the IWC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
All
good
right.
enough.
All right, cool. The tweet has been posted.
And
Go
Chad-
ahead and tweet it and vote. Who should be Damien's dumbass of the week?
Mandy. Everybody wrote Mandy.
There you go. All right, let's round this off. Last debate. Whoo.
I got it.
Here we go.
All right.
All right, so pull my notes back up. Wait, where's my notes?
Chaz,
Oh no! Where's my? Oh, here we go. Hall of Fame dud. Should WWE induct matches into the Hall of Fame, and should it be Austin and Bret Hart from WrestleMania 13? Should that be the first match that gets inducted into the Hall of Fame? So, if those of you don't know, WrestleMania Hall of Fame weekend, they will be inducting Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13. The match itself into the Hall of Fame. So we're going to debate on should WWE be inducting matches into the Hall of Fame, and should this match be the first? Who wants to start this one off? Cool, I'll start off. So look. All right, look. I don't have a, and I said this in the group chat. I don't have a problem with it. At first, when they first announced it, I did roll my eyes. I went, "Are you serious? This is such a cop out." But afterwards, I thought about it, and I sat back and I went, "Well, why wouldn't you put specific matches in the Hall of Fame, especially WrestleMania matches, being as this is the Super Bowl of professional wrestling per se. This is the granddaddy. This is the stage of the mortals. So why not put specific matches, specifically WrestleMania? Now you want to put other matches, then that's another debate. But specifically WrestleMania matches, I don't have a problem with that. We've seen it in other sports where they, honor certain games, certain boxing matches, certain UFC fights, and they give those certain things the recognition that it deserves. I don't see why not we don't give certain matches the recognition that it deserves. WWE is putting out a top 50 greatest WrestleMania matches of all times list, leading up to WrestleMania this year. They just announced number 18 being the end of an era match, which I don't think should be 18, but that's another debate. We'll probably debate that next week. We were supposed to debate what's the greatest WrestleMania match, which should be interesting, specifically now that they're putting out this list. But I don't see a problem with it. Now, on the flip side, as great as Stone Cold versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13 was, if you're going to induct matches, this is not the first match that should be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I've seen this match. I've seen Bret Hart versus Stone Cold. I've seen it 50 million times, just like probably everyone else has over the years. If you're going to put matches in the Hall of Fame, despite personal belief, you need to put Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant in the Hall of Fame first. You need to. And if you don't, you need to put, Ricky Steamboat and Randy Savage in there. Those are the only two matches you put first. Is WrestleMania 3. It has to be one of those two matches from WrestleMania 3. You don't get to WrestleMania 13 without WrestleMania 3. Period. Those two matches on that card solidified professional wrestling as one of the greatest art forms in the world. WrestleMania 3. So one of those two matches, yes, it's always fuck Hulk Hogan. I will continue to yell out fuck Hulk Hogan till the end of days. But if you're going to induct matches into the Hall of Fame, you have to put matches that significantly change the game. And if you're talking about changing the game, WrestleMania 3 changed the game. You can bring Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, or you can put Ricky Steamboat and Randy Savage. Those are the only two that should go in first. Period. Bar none. Who wants to go next?
I don't think matches should go into the Hall of Fame personally. So
go ahead.
You don't see songs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You see the people who created those songs. Why would you put a match in there when you already have the people who created those matches in there? Like, the Hall of Fame is for the people, not just random moments throughout history. I get that we have a celebrity wing, but let's be serious, that's a fucking joke. It's retarded to me. I don't think you should put...
I can counter argue that.
Go ahead.
I'll counter argue that. What if, and now granted, this can change. You put Mickey versus Trish from WrestleMania 22 in there. Mickey gets in the Hall of Fame. Who's this? Like, let's just say there are wrestlers in there who might not ever make the Hall of Fame.
To get somebody into the Hall of Fame.
But you put the matches in there. it can give them that recognition to honor them.
I-
And on
if
top of
you-
it, let's look at it like this. We're starting to run out of names, folks. People get upset about Coco Beware being in there. Like, we're starting to run out of names, folks. Like, yeah.
I mean, I understand we're starting to run out of names, and you got to come up with some way to keep it somewhat relevant. But I personally don't like. You look at like the Racing Hall of Fame. You don't see the 2004, 2024 Le Mans in there. Like, you just.
But I think comparing cars, no disrespect. to
Okay,
that.
so then let's go back to music. Then you don't see.
But there's stuff kept in the national records though.
Okay,
There
then
are certain songs, like forms of media, that do get preserved in a sense.
then keep them.
That
in
gets
the
that recognition.
record. I don't think they need the Hall of Fame though.
But I mean, but you don't have a national media preserve for professional wrestling.
That's why
I get what you're saying though, but WrestleMania 25. I put let's just say that there are certain we can name off, and we can probably agree on 3 WrestleMania matches that if we had to go, all right, show me what you think is the greatest WrestleMania match. I think we all can agree on 3, right?
Okay.
Why don't those 3 go in the Hall of Fame?
Because that's not
Being as WrestleMania being what it is, being the echelon of shows, the be all end all, why not put those certain matches that set the precedent of WrestleMania in the Hall of Fame?
Because that's not what the Hall of Fame is for. The Hall of Fame is to honor the people.
Why can't we honor the people and their work? Why can't we honor the people and the work? I mean, to be fair, there ain't no building for this bull crap anyway. So
I know, it's not,
But that's not.
that's not the point. But why can't we honor the people, the artists, and the art?
Just Twitch's point is that we honor those people's work by inducting them into the Hall of Fame. So we don't need those matches to have them in the Hall of Fame. I do understand your point about, hey, what if we did, Trish and Mickey, and then we can introduce Mickey? I think that's a cop out way of saying.
I think that's a slap in the face to add.
It is. No, I'm not. No, so you're right. I'm not taking away that. Yes, it's a slap in the face. It's a disrespect, and it's a cop out way of getting someone in the Hall of Fame. Yes.
Because my problem is that with that same kind of topic, that same kind of way, that's the only way that we got China inducted into the Hall of Fame was through DX. Not her body of work, the great body of work that she has, but it was because of that. Listen.
But the China thing, that's a case by case scenario though, Cliff. You got to look at it. And Triple H, crazy enough, being Triple H, he gave a good point. My daughters are there. They look up China. Her wrestling it might not be the first thing that come up. And that's just you don't want that as a company. You can't. You gotta look at I get what and I know the China thing is a very touchy subject for a lot of people, and I get that. But maybe it's the parent in me. Maybe I'm an overprotective parent. Maybe that's what it is. I'm like, hey,
we ignore Shawn Michaels being in Playgirl.
We don't. No one gives a crap about that because no one really watched that. No one looked at that.
I'm just.
And it wasn't like I'm not like no disrespect or nothing. You're right. Like I'm.
But no, wait. Back, whoa. But we can acknowledge that Tori Wilson is in there, and she's in the Hall of Fame. Playboy. And can we guarantee that the first scene that
Tori Wilson didn't do.
She did.
Can I say the word on YouTube?
I just did. She did Playboy twice.
No, not Playboy. The Corn.
It doesn't matter because, no,
it does. That does matter. Yes, it does. That's a whole adult film that you can go look up on IMDb. Absolutely not. No. So, no, that does matter.
It does matter.
But yes, that does. As an adult, no. Being a publicly traded company, no. I'm putting a porn star in my Hall of Fame. A porn star, no.
Well, okay. So let's be fair. With that being said, then. Because it's an adult entertainment magazine, regardless of however it is that you want to say, okay?
It's not anymore.
Doesn't matter. It was when it was
not, but it's not anymore.
Listen,
it's not anymore.
If I want to go see some adult content and adult parts, I can look up those wrestlers, and I'm gonna tell you one other person who also She wasn't an exactly corn star, right? But she does have a video out there. Who I consider to be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, may or may not. I'm not going to confirm it or not. May or may not have a video out there that you can see. It's out there. It's not the first thing that pops up when you look at her, but when it comes to someone like China, I just think that when looking at her body of work in the WWE, she should definitely have been in, regardless by herself. I don't want to go back. I don't want to backtrack because the main point of this was good matches being in the WWE. And listen, in 2003, the UFC started up their Hall of Fame. Okay, 9 fights have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. All right, and that's out of the like I said, the years that it's been involved. I think that if you're going to induct a match, and you said the point, Chaz, so I'm curious as to why you would still kind of lean on Hogan and Andre the Giant did not have as much weight to it as you would think comparative to other matches that are out there, right? We can
Facts.
agree.
Absolutely.
We can
Yes.
agree. Taker and
Yes.
Michaels 25 definitely would be a match.
Absolutely.
that would go
Yes. So before
Randy-
you, I'm gonna let you finish. So the reason
Oh, you
why
got too
I
much
said,
talking.
I know I'm sorry, but because I had that same mindset thinking of when I was talking about which match I would put instead. I had obviously the top of the dome, Taker and Michaels 25. The reason why I didn't say that is because of the historical value of Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant being the first Hall of Famer. That's why. So that's why I initially said Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant. But I absolutely agree with you as far as yes, there are as far as matches that significantly change the game. Yes, there are other ones.
I'm gonna use your words. You said these were matches that changed the game. Okay. Now, I don't know if I would say that match exactly changed the game. Okay. I will say Savage and Steamboat definitely hands down. We'll all agree perfect match. Okay.
Yeah.
If I'm picking a Hulk Hogan match, it's not Hulk Hogan and Andre. It is Hulk Hogan and The Rock.
And The Rock.
Let's be real. That match was a game changer. Like it literally shifted the culture the way that it went. Right. We watched the old guard, new guard kind of begin. I think if you're looking at other matches, I mean, I'll be fair. I know it's probably recency bias, and I don't really give a shit about it. But Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, right?
Absolutely.
Austin and Brett. Like I agree. There's some other matches I would have put in there before Austin and Brett, but once you said that, I was like, all right, if they're going to induct matches, yeah, I think Austin and Brett should be there because we legitimately watched some things happen that hadn't been tried before in WWE and worked successfully. And that is, obviously watching the double turn happen. So, I mean, it shifted an entire culture. And then Stone Cold became the person who led WWE down the road for, the next few years as far as, the Attitude Era came about. Like, he single-handedly saved wrestling for WWE.
Facts.
That's why it's like, man, it's tough for me to sit back here and go, nah, bro, like, it could be, it should be this match or that match. Like I said, if I'm picking a match that has to go in, it's got to be Steamboat Savage first before anybody else.
Agreed. I agree. Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like that WrestleMania 3 is just a pivotal point in the history of WrestleMania. Whereas if you don't give that the flowers it deserves, you're doing already a disservice. But I agree with you though. I agree though as far as the Steamboat and Savage match, like absolutely. Yes.
We don't talk. So in the UFC and the mixed martial arts world, right? They don't talk about, and we'll go UFC specifically, not mixed martial arts, because there's a lot of advice we could talk about. But in the UFC, man, they don't talk about Hoist Gracie's first run at the UFC championship. Like they just don't talk about one of the first matches really inducted in that had some significant weight to it was Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner.
Yep.
And from the first Tough Enough, which literally changed the whole trajectory of what the UFC went to what it became. So when I look back, I'm saying, I hear what you're saying. It's just, we're talking game changers. Like they have to be truly a game changing moment in wrestling history. And I see where Austin and Hart is. I just can't agree with you in fact that you're like, yeah, like I could definitely see if you put that on there, it's probably going their 6th, 7th best match, like maybe. But after that, like, nah, dude, like that first match, that Hogan Giant match, I wouldn't have put in. But to be fair, I also wouldn't have been putting in matches into WWE. I would have a wing. I would have a wing for it, but I wouldn't have it as part of a celebrity part, or I would have it as part of like a ceremony part.
Mm.
Like I wouldn't be inducting it. I'd be like, yo, and I'd make an announcement, right? Go to Twitter, be like, yo, my what I think is gonna be like, hey, this year's match that we're gonna induct into the Hall of Fame is X match, and that's it. Like it is being inducted into that match, and I wouldn't talk about it on the show because I want the time to be to focus on the people that are being inducted versus we're gonna put in this one match.
All right, go ahead, Damien.
This is pro wrestling, so why not? The Pro Wrestling Hall, like WWE's Hall of Fame, any wrestling Hall of Fame is not like any other Hall of Fame. So putting matches in isn't egregious. It's not a bad thing. So, I mean, now that they're not doing it after SmackDown and they're actually doing it in a different building, they got to fill that time somehow. So taking like a few minutes to have Austin and Brett come out there and talk about the match isn't like the end of the world. As far as like the first match that needs to go in, that's always subject to debate. It's not a bad first match. I don't disagree with it. It was a hell of a match to watch live. And it changed the culture of WWE, like, in one match. So, and that was a really good WrestleMania all around, too.
It was a good WrestleMania.
Really fucking good WrestleMania. Like, I enjoyed the fuck out of that from opening match to the main event. Fucks with it. So, like you said, it's debatable about what the first match should be. But, I mean, I don't know. Steve Austin's already going to be there. Bret Hart will show up and be happy to do it. And why not? Like, have them together to be able to talk about, like, how that shit went down. That's fucking cool. So, yeah, no, I'm all for it. It's fucking pro wrestling. Do whatever the fuck they want when it comes to the Hall of Fame. It's not like
it's not like they got any other Hall of Fame.
And I'm just saying, but it's not like any other Hall of Fame, though, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got the president.
Like wrestling in general, like pro wrestling in general, like all across the board. It's not like anything else out there because of how things are done. Like some can debate that a Hall of Fame is a waste.
I think
period.
I think what it is that TKO, being that they own the UFC, they want the WWE Hall of Fame to be more like it, and that's why they want to induct these matches in there.
I can see that.
That's fair.
I can see that. But I'm just saying, like,
maybe TKO build an actual building.
I was going to say,
might
get ready to get a building then.
They might.
Right there in Vegas.
Yeah, right there in Vegas. Might as well.
Nah, they'll put it in Saudi.
Damn, that's crazy.
Why I don't want to go there to visit.
They got WWE World there.
So what?
Permanently.
So what?
So what? Why not put it there?
Why not put it in Vegas?
I mean, yeah, why not put it in Vegas?
More people will come and see it.
Nah, they'll put it in Orlando.
I'd be okay with that too.
They'll probably, the performance.
Or fucking put it in fucking Connecticut. Why the fuck not? Get some more visitors there.
Don't put it there. No one wants to go to Connecticut.
No, put it there so I could drive there.
That's the only reason why Cliff would say, yeah.
Look,
hey, but anybody who follows me on,
I'm cool with Orlando.
Isn't the warehouse already there that they hold everything?
Yeah.
There you go.
It is.
Turn that building into the fucking Hall of Fame. There you go. Problem solved.
I mean, you're right.
You get to see some cool ass shit.
I was like, as many times as anybody who follows me on social media, whenever I drive through Connecticut, that's the first photos I take. Take pictures of me driving through, take pictures of the WWE logo.
Well, he does. Every time.
And I drop it in my group chats, and I drop it in like my Facebook, my IG.
Dude,
every time.
That fucking area is huge as fuck. It's like a whole campus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Insane.
It's big.
All right. Take it to the comments. Let's see what everybody got to say.
Nothing.
In fact, nothing.
Oh, word. Ha! They
Good
just been
one.
so in tune with what we were saying. Like, they just have nothing to type. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to go bring up Damien's dumbass of the week.
It better be Mandy.
I'm going to see. All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
Can I get a drum roll?
No.
With 100% of the votes, Mandy Rose is your dumbass of the week.
I was fucking surprised. I wish I would like to say I was surprised. Because what
You
she said was
stupid
fucking
hoe.
stupid. Like, up to that
Oh,
point, I was
man.
actually missing her in the ring. And then she said that bullshit, and I'm like, you know what? I see why they fucking let you go.
Exactly. Go do your OnlyFans.
Big time. That's what it's called. It's not OnlyFans. She's on Arrival.
Yeah, she's on the
Oh,
rival
she's not on
thing.
OnlyFans?
Yeah. And, like, because
Whatever.
my wife asked, she's like, why did she leave? Or why did they let her go? I was like, because of what she was doing. It was breaking contract, and she refused to stop.
Yeah.
But she was making more money than her contract, so I understand. So,
I don't blame her. Like I said, yeah, I don't blame her.
like, you don't have to put your body through this anymore. If you knew you were making more money than what you were making a year to put your body on the line, you should have been left.
Exactly. Yep.
Instead of waiting to get fired so you can look like a victim.
Right. So I don't blame her. I'm not mad at her.
Oh, I ain't mad at her either. Like, I thought that was
when you talk stupid, I just have to I gotta call out stupidity. I've realized that's my problem. I can't let stupid people be stupid. I have to call you out on your stupidity.
Yeah, same here.
I just can't let you be stupid.
I don't know. It just that fucking bothered me. So
It bothered
much.
me too. I don't know why. Like it just like what? Like
It's
how
just-
stupid are you?
It's fucking common sense. That's
But then
why.
again, hey, I'm just a podcaster, independent wrestler who, just happened to be on PWI as the greatest tag team of 2024. Cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze.
Look, the point being is though, even not being in wrestling,
I was number 99.
That's
I got
not-
the magazine right here. You want me to pull it up? I'll pull it up right here. So look, if you look on page, hold on, I think it was page 44, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you
I
have
want to make sure I get the
that?
right page. Hold on. Oh, I went too far. Wait a second. 47. Hold on. Uh-huh.
They were sticking together.
I'm sorry. Page 41. Number 99. Pure ignorance.
I thought you just said you were 98.
I did not say that. I know what I am, okay? I'm 99, damn it. PI 99. Hashtag that. I know I didn't say 98. This man Machiavelli didn't turn it into a hashtag. I know what number I am. He said PI 99. Yes, sir. Anyway, all right. Let me stop rambling. If you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that follow button on all your favorite social media platforms. Follow us on Facebook. Hit that like button on Facebook. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that follow button on Twitch. Wherever you're following us, make sure you're just tuned in with us, all right? Tuesday, you'll get the replay of this if you are just checking in or if you checked in late and you missed out on what we talked about earlier, whether that be Bianca Belair being the face of the women's division and Cliff was wrong, or if we were talking about TNA's identity crisis and I was right that they're being stupid. So, if you missed those, Tuesday, check out the replay on all of our podcast platforms, and we'll be dropping that on YouTube as well. Also, tomorrow, I don't know what topic they should get. What topic should they get? What
your
topic?
mama.
Your mama. So you're getting your mama tomorrow, dropping on YouTube. And
That's what we were talking about. If you missed it.
I don't know what topic, but guess what? You gotta wait and wake up tomorrow morning and find out what topic I decide.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yep.
So yeah, exactly. You're gonna wake up. You're gonna, if you're subscribed to YouTube, you'll wake up and you'll get a nice little notification that says, "Boom, 3 Count Podcast," and you can go watch this video on whatever debate that we had. All right, my Facebook users, make sure you hit that like button. Okay, hit it right now, because if you are a PlayStation player, you get a trophy. My Xbox users, you get an achievement, and my PC users, hey, keep modding Marvel Rivals and keep modding Spider-Man 2. Because the more and more videos I see on TikTok of the different mods, especially Marvel Rivals, um, you know what, you PC users, you're good for entertainment.
You see what
Stay
they've been doing with Harry Potter?
like I haven't actually.
Yeah, that's been interesting too.
Oh wow, I gotta look that one up. But yeah, the Marvel Rivals mods on PC have been very entertaining, extremely on so many levels in so many ways. And if you're tuned in, you've seen it. But anyway, watch another episode seriously, or go watch Drew Gulak's episode of Now Entering the Ring because that was a really good episode.
That was really good.
I really liked it.
That was
I saw it
I
yesterday.
definitely recommend it.
I double recommend it. Like, watch it right now.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. If you like this and you want more 3 Count Podcasts, go on over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you never miss when we put out a video. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all things social media, 3 Count Pod, _ on X, 3 Count Pod, everything else. Also, make sure you buy our merch at foryourwear.com and prowrestlingtees.com. Also, you know what? Just watch another video right now. Like, right